You were at the premiere, which was of a girl, great film, but it was very important, wasn't it? Because it was 82 women representing the number of films with women directors who've been in competition compared to, I think, 1,600.
Yes, 1,600.
Men.
When you see those, when you see those numbers starkly like that, it really sort of brings attention to the disparity that we've all lived with, all of our lives. But it's changing, which is really exciting.
Is it changing? When you think back to when you first started, were you
Oh
on
my God.
hugely male sets?
So different, so different. I mean, you would never, ever have a woman on a camera until quite recently. I would say in the last 10 years, probably, maybe 15, that women have just started coming onto the camera crew. Yes, it was always a 99% male environment, any film set. Women, there were always very good women editors. There were always women editors behind, and you didn't see them on the set, but... and obviously female producers, but actually the visceral, immediate practicality of making movies was a very, very male environment, for no particular reason, really, when you think about it.
Does it make a difference to have more women around?
It makes an enormous difference as a fellow worker, if you like. It's just you're not every day of your life walking into this particularly kind of macho environment, and that is not necessarily coming from the director, although sometimes it is. But the grips and the sparks and the camera guys. It always was sort of traditionally a very masculine male atmosphere.
You've often picked roles, well, all sorts of roles, to be honest, but I guess the TV role of Jane Tennison in Prime Suspect was a role of a woman in a very macho world. Did you, in a way, use some of the emotions you had being on those, in that male?
Well, I don't know, but I understood it. Let's put it that way. I certainly understood it. I mean, any woman in any profession would understand that. I'm hoping that the girls who are coming into all the different professions of education, of medicine, of science, will say, "What are you talking about?" I'm hoping that will be the case. But certainly, women of my generation really understood it. Another interesting statistic is that I have a friend who's a lawyer in New Orleans. She said when she was at law school, she was the only girl in her whole class, like 3 classes of men, and now there are more women going to law school than men. So, things have been changing in all the different areas. In a way, weirdly, cinema, I think, has been quite late to catch up.
Now, we now have the head of the Met Police, don't we, Cressida Dick, a woman. Is this the moment, Helen, to come back as the Commissioner, Jane Tennison? Do you fancy that?
Well, I always thought the role of commissioner, on those police dramas, you need to be the person out in the street on the job, because that's actually where all the drama takes place. Otherwise, it's the dramas of politics. I mean, that can be interesting. But I always resisted Jane Tennison going too far up the ladder.
So it wouldn't be big enough for you?
No, it's not that. It's not that. It just wouldn't. You need human drama in police stories.
So you are the global face of L'Oreal's Age Perfect now.
Well, one of many. Yeah.
You are the face, as far as I'm concerned. Is there a perfect age?
I would say if there is a perfect age, it's around about 30. Between 32 and 37 is probably it. But I think every human being goes through different, eras in their life, different experiences. So that, in my sort of memory, that was a great age when you've lost the insecurity of youth to a certain extent. You have more of a sense of who you are. But you're still young enough and active enough to really engage in life and still curious enough to engage in life. So I think that's a great age, actually.
What about the age you are now?
Well, every age that you are, you know what? It's your age. It's my age. here's me in my age, my life, and you know, I like it. It's mine. You know, it's my experience. So I'm just going to engage with it as fully as I can.
What are the good bits of getting older and the bad bits?
The bad bits are losing friends and colleagues, and you know, we lost Alan Rickman recently, Alan Howard, a great actor I worked with, and Howard Davis, brilliant theatre director that I worked with a couple of times. Losing those colleagues who die younger than you sometimes, you know, that sort of brings you up, and you go, oh, I see. This is yet another lesson in growing up, because it's all a lesson in growing up, really.
It certainly is. Now, Jane Fonda, who was on the red carpet as well, representing all those women with you, she has said that she's 80 now, she's closed up shop for dating. Should that happen? I can't believe you'd ever stop being saucy.
I'm not saucy.
Aren't you?
No, I'm not saucy. No, I'm sensible.
Are you?
Yes, I always have been, actually. But no, I closed up shop for dating many years ago when I met my husband, you know. I'm a happily married woman, as they say.
We've got another wedding coming along, haven't we, in the UK? I think most of the nation assume you're going to be there because they think you are the Queen. What do you make of Prince Harry?
No, they think Claire Foy's the Queen now.
Well,
I've
I don't know.
passed on the mantle, the crown.
Did Prince William say, I've got to be careful, my granny's in the room?
Yes, he did once. Yes, he did. That was very sweet. Very sweet. I have, you know, I don't know these, you know, people any more than anybody else does, but I did meet Harry and William very briefly once, and they were very charming. They were very easy, very charming, and kind of nice, you know.
Mm. Will you be watching the wedding?
Oh, well, I'll watch, but I won't, you know, be watching the whole thing, but, you know.
You won't have a wedding party?
No. No.
You've kind of straddled the UK and Hollywood for a long time, haven't you? What do you make of Meghan Markle coming to the UK? What do you think it'll be like for her? Do you have any advice for her?
I don't think she needs advice. I think she's got it. I think she understands. I think. You don't know. I don't know. I've never met her, but from the outside, I'm as outside of it as anybody else. She seems to be self-disciplined and gracious, and above all, kind of sensible. And I think of the thing that's most required in that role is sensibility.
She's giving up a lot, isn't she, for love? She's giving up acting for love.
Maybe not. Maybe she'll do another job.
That would shake them up.
I think everybody would love that, you know. I think they love to see members of the royal family working. I think it gives people pleasure to see that.
As an actress?
Yeah, why not? What's wrong with being an actress? You're very old-fashioned.
Do you think a princess could be an actress?
Yes, of course they can. Why not? Why not?
It's a very good question. I don't know why not. We must talk about your little trip, your little stumble, because I know you've been...
Oh, you mean when I fell arse over tit?
That's the one!
Is that the one you mean?
Yeah.
That wasn't a little trip. That was a major stunt fall. You see, I am campaigning for the stunt men and women to get an Oscar, which they should, because in movies nowadays the stunts are spectacular. And these people are extraordinary. So I thought to add to my campaign, I'd do a fantastic stunt fall.
It was brilliant.
It was a very good one. It was very believable.
Pulled it off amazing. You've fooled everyone.
I know, I did. Well, that's what stunts are all about. They have to believe that it's real.
Whenever we see, you know, the Queen doesn't carry a handbag, does she? But, well, she actually does, but we never know what's in it. But I'd love to have a rummage through your
Well, they do know what's in it. I think an archbishop, once she dropped her handbag and everything fell out, and the archbishop picked everything up. And it was a lipstick, I think it was a powder, No keys.
No keys to the palace.
No keys to the palace.
What about your handbag? Can we have a little rummage through that?
Yes, you can. I brought
Can
my
I have a
handbag
look?
specially, yes.
It's
do you want to
somewhat
look?
intrusive. Well, I'm going to let you do it. I feel I should really plunder in, because this really is your
it's
handbag.
usually pretty eclectic, my handbags. Got my passport in it because I'm travelling right now. It's got a pair of very groovy sunglasses that were given to me the other day that I love.
Oh, God,
Look at those, aren't they fantastic?
Rose-tinted specs on
Yes, Valentino. It's really nice, really,
Very
really nice.
nice, very
I mean,
nice.
rather posh. I wouldn't normally have something like that in here. This is my special bag, and this has kind of got everything in. It's got sweetener in it. It's got, sweetener. It's got a lipstick in it. It's got eye drops in it. It's got a lip balm in it. It's got all those bits and pieces. It's got aspirin in it.
Oh, because you never know
Got a
when you're
little
gonna get
thing.
out.
I don't know what that's for. Never know when you're going to get out. So that's my really fabulous go-to bag.
Is it true that you keep fit with the Royal Canadian Air Force?
I do. That is true. I mean, not that I keep fit. The false part of that statement is you keep fit, because in general I don't. But if I do decide, it's time, Helen, you've got to start again, I always start with the Canadian Air Force exercises.
And it works?
Absolutely works. Absolutely. 12 minutes a day. Fantastic.
I'm going to do
Yes, very simple. Very simple. But do that 5 days a week for 2 weeks.
Exercise I could
2 weeks, you'll feel, feel
Is there
different.
one exercise I could do quickly from that?
Well, the first exercise is
I won't make you.
touching your toes, which is very easy.
I could touch my toes.
Yeah, no, not bending your knees.
Oh.
Your knees have got to be straight.
Should I take my shoes off?
You take your shoes off, yeah.
All right, okay. So you touch your toes.
Yes.
Right.
That's not very good, actually.
Isn't it?
No, you should be able to put your hands flat on the ground.
Oh God, so I'm not very supple.
No, you're not very supple.
Oh my God, no, you. Oh wow. Okay.
My knees are
God.
completely straight.
How can you do that? Oh, I'm really sorry.
Five times a day, I tell you.
5 times a day?
Yeah. Oh, anyway, that you start with that. Not bend. You can't bend your knees.
I don't feel. Oh.
Straight knees,
Well,
straight.
Don't.
And sideways thing, and then arms and all kinds of things. Sit ups, legs, back. Anyway, you go through it. Get the book or get it online. Get it online, yeah.
And it'll change my life.
12 minutes a day. In 2 weeks, if you do it every day for 5 days a week, in 2 weeks you will be feeling much, much better.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to call you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay.